You order a pair of headphones at 11 p.m. on a Tuesday. You go to sleep, and when you wake up Wednesday morning, they're on your doorstep. Think about what just happened. In roughly 8 hours, a physical object was located in a warehouse, pulled off a shelf, packed into a box, labeled, sorted, loaded into a van, driven to your street, and left at your door. And you paid nothing extra for that. In fact, you probably didn't even think twice about it. How is that possible? And more importantly, how on earth does Amazon make money doing it? Let's start with the uncomfortable truth. Fast delivery is extraordinarily expensive. Every time Amazon ships you something, there are real costs. A driver's wages, fuel, a van, the warehouse space, the staff who picked and packed your order, the sorting facility it passed through, the conveyor belts, the scanners, the labels, the cardboard. Industry estimates put the average cost of a single home delivery in the US at somewhere between $8 and $12, sometimes more for remote areas or bulky items. Now think about how many deliveries Amazon does. In 2023, Amazon delivered roughly 5.9 billion packages in the US alone. That's about 16 million packages every single day. At even $8 a package, that's over $47 billion a year just in delivery costs, before you've paid for the warehouse, before the staff, and before the technology. So how does a company that gives away next-day delivery for free actually survive, let alone become one of the most profitable businesses on earth? The answer is it's not really giving it away. You're just paying for it in ways you don't notice. Everything starts with Amazon Prime. You pay a flat annual fee, currently $139 in the US, and in return you get unlimited free next-day delivery, plus streaming, video, music, photo storage, and a pile of other benefits. From Amazon's perspective, Prime is brilliant because once you've paid that annual fee, you've already covered a portion of every delivery before you've ordered anything. But it goes deeper than that. Studies consistently show that Prime members spend dramatically more than non-Prime members. One estimate puts average Prime member spending at over $1,400 a year, versus around $600 for non-members. Why? Because when delivery is free, the psychological barrier to buying something drops. You're not asking yourself, is this worth paying $8.99 delivery for? You're just clicking buy, and that's by design. Amazon wants you to feel like shipping has no cost, because when shipping feels free, you order more, and when you order more, the economics of delivery get better. More volume means more efficient routes, more packages per van, and lower cost per delivery. Prime members are also far less likely to shop elsewhere. You've already paid your membership, you might as well use it. But even with Prime revenue, Amazon couldn't afford next-day delivery if it had to ship everything long distances. So it solved that problem the hard way, by being everywhere. Amazon has built one of the largest warehouse networks in human history. In the US alone, there are hundreds of fulfillment centers, delivery stations, and sort centers spread across the country. The key insight is this: the closer a warehouse is to you, the cheaper and faster it is to deliver. If a warehouse is 30 miles away, Amazon can get you a package overnight with a small van and a single driver. If it's 3,000 miles away, you need planes, trucks, multiple handoffs, and costs multiply fast. So Amazon has spent billions building warehouses close to where people actually live, near cities, near suburbs, near population centers. It's less a delivery company and more a company that's physically pre-positioned inventory all around you. And those warehouses are highly automated. Amazon has over 750,000 robots in its facilities. Robots called drives shuttle shelves of products to human pickers, dramatically increasing how many orders can be processed per hour. This automation is a massive upfront investment, but it slashes the cost per package over time. Here's something a lot of people don't realize. Amazon used to rely almost entirely on UPS, FedEx, and National Postal Delivery Services to deliver its packages. Then it decided that was a problem. Giving delivery to third parties meant giving up control over speed, reliability, and crucially, cost. So over the past decade, Amazon quietly built its own delivery network from scratch. It now operates its own fleet of delivery vans. It has partnered with thousands of small delivery service partners, essentially micro-logistic companies, that operate exclusively for Amazon. It has its own air cargo network, Amazon Air, with dozens of planes, and it's been experimenting with drone delivery, robots, and everything else. By owning the last mile, the industrial term for the final delivery from your local depot to your door, Amazon controls costs and speed simultaneously. And here's the bonus. Once you've built the delivery network that size, you can start selling it to other people. Amazon now offers delivery services to third-party sellers and businesses through its logistics arm. The delivery network becomes a profit center of its own. Here's the part that surprises most people. Amazon's retail businesses, the actual shop, operates on very thin margins. Sometimes it barely breaks even. The delivery costs, the warehouses, the staff, it all adds up. For years, Amazon's shopping side was only marginally profitable, if at all. So how does Amazon make its money? Amazon Web Services. AWS is Amazon's cloud computing division, the business that rents server space and computing power to other companies. Netflix runs on AWS, Airbnb runs on AWS, and a huge chunk of the internet runs on AWS. And AWS is spectacularly profitable. In 2023, AWS generated around $91 billion in revenue and operating income of around $25 billion. That's a margin of roughly 27%. Those AWS profits effectively subsidize everything else. They give Amazon the financial cushion to invest in faster delivery, lower prices, and longer-term bets. Things that would bankrupt a company without that kind of profit engine underneath. Amazon is, in a very real sense, a cloud computing company that also sells you stuff and delivers it quickly. There's one more piece of this puzzle, the third-party sellers. About 60% of goods sold on Amazon aren't sold by Amazon at all. They're sold by independent businesses using Amazon's platform, and those sellers pay for the privilege. Referral fees, typically 8 to 15% of the sale price, storage fees for keeping their goods in Amazon's warehouses, fulfillment fees if they use Amazon to ship orders, advertising fees to appear higher in search results. Amazon's seller services revenue, what it earns from third-party sellers, was over $140 billion in 2023. In other words, Amazon has built a marketplace where other businesses pay to sell things, then pay again for storage, then pay again for delivery, then pay again for visibility, and Amazon collects a cut at every step. The sellers fund a huge part of the infrastructure that makes Prime delivery possible. So how can Amazon afford next-day delivery? Because you paid for it in your Prime membership, because Prime makes you spend more, which funds more warehouses, which makes delivery cheaper. Because Amazon built its own delivery network instead of paying UPS forever. Because its cloud computing arm prints money that subsidizes everything else. And because third-party sellers are paying fees at every stage of the process. Next-day delivery isn't free, it's just paid for in ways that are spread so wide and hidden so cleverly that it feels free. And that, more than the warehouses or the robots or the planes, is the real genius of the whole system.